New satellite images reveal Israel is dramatically expanding its secretive nuclear facility at the center of its undeclared atomic weapons program. The photos show a construction site about the size of a soccer field next to Israel's nuclear research center. The facility is home to underground labs that reprocess nuclear material to weapons-grade plutonium. Experts estimate Israel has material for at least 80 atomic bombs. But the main focus now is on Iran's nuclear program. Currently, Iran and the U.S. are locked in a face-off over the Iranian nuclear deal, and Israel is caught in the middle. Iran says economic sanctions must end before any new talks. But the U.S. says Iran must comply with the 2015 nuclear agreement before sanctions are lifted. Recently, Iran raised the stakes, and we went up to the north to see the impact on the Israeli-Lebanese border. Sunday, the head of the UN nuclear watchdog announced Iran will provide less access to its atomic program. The move is a response to U.S. refusal to lift sanctions, which Iran is demanding as a condition to return to the negotiating table. Some warn if negotiations lead to sanctions relief, it would begin a financial chain reaction in the region.
If more money would go to the IRGC, to the Iranian Revolutionary Guard, it would mean more money for Hezbollah in Lebanon, more money for Hezbollah in Syria, or the other proxies of Iran in Syria, in Yemen, in Iraq, and more instability in general to the Middle East.
You're already seeing Iran show tremendous aggression. It is increasing rapidly its enrichment of uranium, now to high-level enrichments that, very, very close to bomb-making capacity.
Middle East observer Joel Rosenberg fears negotiations could force Israel to strike first.
That with Biden trying to get back into the nuclear deal, Israel might decide it has to take preemptive military action against Iran's nuclear facilities. And then what would be Iran's counterpunch? Almost certainly it would be by ordering the Hezbollah military to fire its 150,000 or so missiles and rockets here at Israel, which would be devastating.
A war of words has already begun on Israel's northern border. Israel's defense minister Benny Gantz declared Lebanon's ground would tremble if Hezbollah attacked, while Hezbollah chief Hassan Nasrallah boasted his military can hit anywhere in Israel, and that Israel would not see anything like it since the founding of the state. Just days ago, Israel's Air Force launched an exercise that simulated 3,000 strikes on Hezbollah targets within 24 hours.
That's a great capability, and it's a message to Hezbollah. We know where you are, and we will get you.
Israel's military predicted in 2021 that Hezbollah does not want to enter into a full-scale war. But in 2006, the Second Lebanon War began with a small ambush. So they know anything could happen here on the Israeli-Lebanese border.
Here in the north, every small match can fuel a huge explosion.
Alpha, Omega.